Give me a likely head coaching candidate and a dark horse candidate, and why.
Boy, I can't remember who I sent to Jane, one of our producers.
You can turn around and look. They might be on that great graphic behind us.
Oh, Cower, yeah, that was it. Yeah, I mean, it was just sort of like a, throwing the names in the hat, the regular names. Really, I'd love to see an outside the box person, but Bill Cower made sense because there was a rumor that actually Dan Snyder had, nobody checked it out, but that he'd reached out and Mike Shanahan had heard about it. I don't know if any of that's true. I don't even believe it. But the idea that
you're a reporter, you're supposed to figure that stuff out. All right, come on, continue.
It just went like this.
Hey, I didn't write it because I didn't believe it.
Okay, get another idea.
Chucky is not gonna. I cannot. The only reason I don't want Gruden here is you just see the lines coming out of his mouth like Robert Griffin III is as tough as a $2 steak. Let me tell you right now. I don't want that. So and Gruden and Allen aren't gonna. I don't believe they're gonna partner again. Bottom line is, I only have one dark horse, and I think everybody knows who it is. LeVar Arrington. I think LeVar would be tremendous. You guys don't see that at all.
The organizational
didn't get a laugh line on that. We need the
organizational
laugh
structure of this show. It's like serious.
Well, I mean,
all right, Dan, give me your.
Be the coach?
I'm having trouble kind of delineating between serious candidate and dark horse, but I think in terms of a mainstream guy, Lovie Smith, we've already heard, is a guy that they'll probably interview. There's a lot of rumors about him going on with Tampa right now, but he's got some chops. I think that the fan base, there's a lot of guys who have a lot of negative implications for the fan base, and I think this one doesn't have any of that. He's won when he's coached before. He's not a huge ego. I mean, I think that seems like a realistic possibility. As for like a dark horse, I don't know if Art Briles is a dark horse or a mainstream candidate or what he is exactly, but, I think it would be a terrible, terrible move, and I think for reasons that Jason has written, it would just create a horrible amount of drama, especially if they start losing. But I think that
and then all of a sudden, RG3, Robert Griffin III makes the coaching hire. I think that's a disaster.
I think it's someone that they'll look at, and RG3 is going to the bowl game right now as we speak. I can't imagine the topic won't come up. You saw Ken Starr, the president of Baylor University, was already saying, that they have a battle in front of them to keep this guy in Waco. We'll see.
Interesting. I wonder how many other teams are interested in Briles, if any. Jason, give me a dark horse and a likely candidate for head coach.
Well, as Mike pointed out so well, among the rambling things he said, all they have to sell is their past. Mm-hmm. That's it. Because the present is a joke, so all they can sell is the past. So if you go along,
can't they sell RG3 a little bit? It's not.
You can't.
That's not a complete.
You may have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
you don't. You're not.
You can't sell them the way you can't sell them the way you sold them last year because you don't know if you can read defenses.
Fair.
And until you find out whether he can be a pocket passer and not just a pocket passer, but a great pocket passer, you have two young quarterbacks.
But the Redskins situation is not as bad as some of the others that are open right now.
Let's put it this way: you have two young quarterbacks there who have ability.
Sure.
One who has a very high ceiling if he can learn to be a pocket passer, but you can't sell that the way you need to sell it.
Okay.
Not the way you could sell it previously. So I think when you look at as Mike put it so well, the thing that they have to sell is their past. I look at a guy like Ken Wisenhunt, who played for Gibbs, a guy who played for Gibbs briefly, a guy who took Arizona to a Super Bowl, which no one ever thought was possible. So
almost won that Super Bowl.
So I could see Bruce Allen, as Mike pointed out with his hair looking so nice, standing at a lectern talking about part of the Redskins' history, bringing that back. I can see that in my mind's eye.
Wisenhunt makes most sense to me too.
Russ Grimm in that vein as well.
Dark horse?
How about a dark horse?
As I wrote on Sunday, to me the main thing that you have to do with this coaching search is find a guy who you can say to yourself he can make Robert Griffin what you need him to be. So I look at guys who've had good dual threat quarterbacks in this league, and for me, Darrell Bevell. This is a guy who, when he had Brett Favre in Minnesota, he put together a very outstanding offense there. Pete Carroll gives him credit for enabling Russell Wilson to reach his ceiling. So I look at a guy like Darrell Bevell as a dark horse candidate.
I guess we don't have time for this because every segment we do is going to go over. But I would love to know where you think the Redskins' job ranks among the openings and why you think it's anywhere near the top, because I don't see why it would be.
I mean, this
RG3 franchise quarterback. So I would say Detroit has more talent. I'll give you Detroit, but maybe Minnesota. You can make an argument because of Adrian Peterson and a great running game.
Yeah, they've got.
But that's a tougher
better foundation
division.
on the line.
Tampa, what's Tampa got?
How about Houston? How about Houston
with a good
playoffs
defense.
last year has
Houston with a good defense. I don't think the Redskins are at the bottom.
How about Cleveland has 2 first-round draft picks and the Redskins have 0?
Fair point, but they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah,
so I mean, quarterback is the one thing you need.
So I'd say Washington job is better than Cleveland and Tampa. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
We'll see, but they don't have the history that Washington has.